Abuja for hire for 1G channel first time about so I need no book and so now was subscribe my say be news be no she be a notification phone so be shafin so e ma we so be sha more than for so enye beti for me and some something NPP for ni bi na ba bonten e busa say no dache say Afenyo Markins den e ja NPP amanyuko no den okọ independent candidate say rule na ban no na okọ independent no say NPP MP or parliament obetimi like say no as my confused no as omo can to the stand say in future APN the Afenyo Markins the etimako independent candidate but omo nsem na e can say omo say rule na ban no because entasum obi so okọ independent candidate was still now what aso ye NPP ni because mo angasa mo NPP constitution kase so obi fi NPP amanyuko na amuno mo na matwa letter dia mo bi o NPP amanyuko no ko join and also ko support another party grandpa mo se mo twa letter so on the own film eno na NPP for ni bi ebusa say rule na aba no e no mo kase say in future Afenyo Markins say den independent candidate and now says so free a year NPP amanyuko ni na still now was kuta membership of NPP amanyuko na no ko independent candidate na the state ni be declare vacant and declare vacant and na John Hughes side about pointing amount of pressure kakra wo Afenyo Markins so just enya asenkoto say nim say Afenyo Markins be resign dey no be enim according to beka John Hughes na owie no na asem na efa dollar rate ni ade because Samira Baomiani ni kurumba abonte can say mahama anya die because how comes with my $5 from $1 to $1 I'll be do 4 cities haram is scary dodo but right now no $1 70 cities I know they scary I don't need beka John Hughes and ya brie pa no we no and I say lawyer Kwame Jantwa esate some riddle question be Edema President Akufo-Addo no kase corruption mon so menhwe agenda 111 any we will not go to IMF no true or false or busa President Akufo-Addo owie no can say senior Mahama timi meet the press senior beka speaker amba meet the press no Akufo-Addo meet the press that community is a reason about near the nkomadwetwe na fa economic hardship ekoso.
Somebody met me, in fact 2 people, and they were having a layman conversation with me. And they were asking me, I mean, people meet journalists and they ask them all manner of questions. They were asking me, so what does this ruling mean? I said, I'm waiting for the reasoning of the Supreme Court. And they say, so does it mean that in future, for example, Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markins, who is Member of Parliament for the Futu area on the ticket of the NPP, can now still be in Parliament as an MPP member and still go out there campaigning as an independent member, independent, candidate. And then when he comes into the chamber, he will come and espouse the business and the successes of the MPP. But when he goes out there and says, oh, forget about the MPP candidate, vote for me as an independent. Does it mean? I say, I don't know. I'm waiting for the reasoning of the Supreme Court. And then they asked me another question that, so the decision that Speaker Okwe took back then in the day when Andre Siame's seat was declared vacant then, and then the situation we have now where the Supreme Court thinks otherwise. So that what do I think? I said, I don't know. I'm waiting for the reasoning of the court. And then they asked me again that, so did Honorable Afenyo Markins, complete all the processes in Parliament? Does this exhaust all the avenues in Parliament to have resolved this issue per their own standing orders and their own rules before he went to the court? I said, I don't know. Then they asked me, okay, so now that the Supreme Court has given a ruling, are they going to take it back to the Speaker? And is the Speaker going to, agree to it? I said, I don't know. I'm waiting for the reasoning. And then they said, oh, but so now that if they come back and the MPs have to come back, somebody has to make a request to the Speaker that, recall Parliament, and it will be relying on the standing orders. And will the Speaker admit it? I said, I don't know. And then somebody asked me, so what does this mean for our democracy? I said, I don't know. I'm waiting for the reasoning of the Supreme Court because I don't have the wisdom that the Supreme Court judges have. And I don't know what the 5 agreed on. And I don't know what the 2 Supreme Court judges dissented based upon. I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm sure that there are questions on your mind as well as a Ghanaian. But let's wait for the reasoning of the Supreme Court. Now, this morning, I'm sure that you have heard people who are aligned to the government. Each time they want to talk about the opposition, they say, oh, the alternative is scary. I'm sure you heard that phrase. The alternative is scary. The alternative is scary. So I asked a question the other time. I said, Alhaji knows that today, if you have $1, it is 17 cedis. Alhaji is very much aware that if you have $1 and you go to the Forex Bureau, you get 17 cedis. That's the official rate, right? The alternative, which is scary, if you had $1 and you took it to the Forex Bureau, you were going to be giving 4 cedis on the common sense level, JSS thinking. Tell me which one is scarier. $1 to 17 cedis and $1 to 4 cedis. Which is scary? So when they say, oh, the alternative is scary, I ask myself, what exactly is scary about this alternative? Because for the exchange rate alone, and you know what Dr. Bawumia said in the past, that if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So Alhaji is aware that $1 is 17 cedis. That is not scary. But $1 to 4 cedis is scary. What kind of logic is that? This Sisyphean logic, I don't get it. What kind of logic is that? That once $1 to 17 cedis is not scary, but $1 to 4 cedis is scary. And you know what we have been doing? Put up that black market photo, the Ghana News Agency report, and it's been on. We're 24 days away from the big election, and you know how, for example, the Bank of Ghana, the Ghana Police Service, they collaborated and they said, oh, we are arresting the black market people, right? We are arresting the black market people because they are the ones who are making economy and our CD and dollar stronger and CD weak, etc., etc. So we found a way to put it on them. There were 76 that were arrested. Many others were arrested. The question that came to mind is that the monies that were found under a certain bed, right? The monies that were found under a certain bed and in certain boots, etc., that were in the poly tank, under a certain bed, in a certain car boot, etc. If you put what the 76 Abochi who were arrested had together, it would not be equal to it. But those people have not been arrested because money is supposed to be in circulation. Remember at the same time when we were told that, oh, if you have dollars, go and swap it because very soon it pay You remember that? That we rush to go and buy dollars to go and keep at home, blah, blah, blah. Now that it's coming down, what will we do? It is going up. It's not coming down. But Abochi was arrested. And we all know that even the 17 cedis is the Bank of Ghana rate. Abochi has his own prices. Forest bureaus across the country have their own rates. That's why they don't write it anymore. You have to go inside and if you are a good negotiator, you get a good rate. So the alternative is scary. 17 cedis to $1 is not scary, but 4 cedis to $1 is scary. If you're a businessman, you tell me which one is scarier. If you import and export out of this country, look, let's leave it at import. If you import into this country, whether you run a car garage or you import biscuits or drink or chicken or rice or oil, whatever it is that you import into this country, hardware, computers, name it. Tell me whether $1 to 17 cedis is scarier than 4 cedis to $1 or vice versa. You tell me, because the alternative is scary. Yes, we agree. That's the principle. But you tell me which one is scarier. Oh, no, I'm asking you. You are the one who has been saying the alternative is scary. The alternative is scary. Which one is scary? I'm asking you. No, I'm just asking you. You can't answer that question anymore. Find me Lawyer Jantua's video. He did riddle with the government. Play.
On the lying bit. I shall protect the public purse. True or false? I am too old to steal your money. I already have my own money.
Is on
True or false?
92.7 Sunrise on 3 FM.
True or false? Try me and see.
In the morning.
True or false? I am not corrupt and will never be corrupt. True or false? I can develop Ghana without borrowing. The money is here. True or false? I will transform Ghana in 18 months. True or false? I will not operate a family and friends government. True or false? I will fight corruption with the ANAS principle. True or false? I will make the Kole Lagoon and Odo River tourist sites. True or false? I will build a factory in every district. True or false? I will give each constituency $1 million every year. True or false? I will arrest the dollar. True or false? The hikes in fuel prices will be a thing of the past. True or false? I will make Accra the cleanest city in the whole of Africa. True or false? I will build 111 district hospitals in 18 months. True or false? I will build 350 new secondary schools from scratch. True or false? We will never go to the IMF for bailout again. True or false? This is from the president.
True or false? And if you listen carefully to Lawyer Kwame Jantua and you repeat all these questions to the president, you will see that the president will be found wanting. He criticized and spoke about family and friends at the time when you could count the number of family and friends on your fingertips. Today you can't risk that. You can't try, because family and friends are all over him and around him, over and above, including people who are serving outside the country as ambassadors, etc. You can't count. We said we will not go to the IMF. We are the IMF. We said we will not borrow. We don't need to borrow. We don't need to borrow. We just have to toll the roads and we use the money to... Today we can't find the man who promised us that. We can't. They don't need to borrow. We don't have to toll the road. If you listen to the questions that he asked and you put them to the president, he won't have an answer for you. And that is why the president since 2019 has never has never gathered the confidence to meet the press. He can't. He cannot meet the press. President Akufo-Addo, the way he is, freedom fighter, etc. He cannot meet the press. He can't. He cannot.
Abusianfo ne tifo ini atensema na NPP fo ni bi ebusa ebeka John Hughes na wakase omonte Afenyo Markins ase, because se obaso ko independent candidate akọ obaso resign from NPP amanyuko makọ, because ruling na aba no yese omo oye declare mu vacant omo angaze ni NPP amanyuko nim, but still na say ni kwanse declare mu vacant. So right now se ofri NPP amanyuko nim se ya na we shall say campaign is a independent candidate. Now that others who cry MP Manukonia, without parliament, I can't say others MP Manukoni mana, because Manka some constitution can HSA say who feel one casa party now could support another party. Definitely was saying get the Ocrata showing some now call. So almost on pay me Manukoni be speaker so declare vacant. According to the constitution or a beca or parliament in HSA. Se sani pa kona waso no ankasa declare ne ho vacant ansa kwa na ai speaker de ababeka. So muni we nyina so ye lawyer oni we nyina no aba abonte ke kan de ope ama NPP fo ni buafu ye pa je se enya asem ko to we no e no de na asem ne $5 rate na dollar rate na de e ya asem na ba se say one ball of kinky ai first na one city na je sa ko fa do ba abonte me complain ye ai so on nko jubilee house sami nko ateso na ba de say 5 pesos a day untimi hu na adwun kompo ban ne one more of kinkin untimi ntor bega ko for dum nyina na edi echiri akweka sa eye demotion ya kesi na kumi prakum nyina like odwene ho awonte ko for dum mamu nyina ye bi ejese na eno na madwani hu is ni omobu like ni buafu e ya ko for dum man, because right now no uhu akofo dum bi because mo feel na owi no no kan say beka Martin pebu eba ho e no kan ode eye Coco 5 cities and a Mark 3 city bow nation in same say, because Martin Pebu and they are also voting my Becca father according to Johnny Houston. Now right now no so I disappointed pa say oh yes and why mistake is na cost of living I had advantages I had ye because a year I could for Bible and Tibecans, oh, sitting I hata na dien, I could for about a year about me, but I semi bree. Come in could say blast that is a John Newz are blasted a year become. I go for the banner and commotion at all.
Meet the press. Find lawyer Martin Kpebu's photo. On Saturday, he brought cocoa to keep, and many Ghanaians will connect with this because this was the kind of argument that the president at the last campaign that he put it up, that he did at Nima. The president bought a ball of kenke, and he says the price of a ball of kenke at 1 Ghana cedi was so expensive that he was going into the Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House or whatever you choose to call it, depending on your party persuasion. He was going in there to the seat of the presidency so that the price of a ball of kenke will reduce. Today, the price of a ball of kenke, which was 1 cedi then, where the president found cause to complain, and when he was doing that, his daughters were standing behind him. Today, ask yourself, where are the president's daughters? What role are they playing in government? What contracts are they getting? And how are they any different from Ghanaians? His beautiful Rebecca was standing right next to him. Today, call beautiful Rebecca to the front and ask her the price of a ball of kenke 1 cedi that they all said was so bad, so dangerous, not so good for us. Today, it is 5 cedis. You see the cocoa that Martin Kpebu is holding? It is cocoa 5 cedis, milk 3 cedis, 8 cedis. That's what he's holding there like that. Cocoa 5 cedis, milk 3 cedis. That is what he's holding there like that. The cost of living conversation must be hard. Nobody will divert attention from it with digitalization and free essay. We must have the cost of living conversation. It must be hard. How much do you buy a bag of rice now? How much is an olonka of gari? How much was it then? The price comparisons. We must look at it and talk about it. This cocoa that Martin Kpebu had, for see how much was it? 3 cedis, eh? This cocoa that Martin Kpebu had, the one that is holding, 3 cedis. You could buy this for 3 cedis back in the day. Some even 2 cedis. 1 cedi. The cocoa that Martin Kpebu. So if you want to be a pre-man and add milk and granules, that was when you were going to get to 3 cedis and all of that. Today the same cocoa is 8 cedis. Meanwhile, cocoa is made from millet, cocoa is made from maize. And we have invested money in this country to plant for food and jobs, and the elements of planting for food and jobs had maize and had the soya and sorghum and had what do you call it, rice. So where is the maize we planted? Because the argument, the last, where the president says CD9, and then he says gonna be the he told us, I remember that. Maybe one of these days I just play that tape, the full tape. The cocoa that Martin Kpebu is holding, it used to be 1 cedi. Top 3 cedis if you want milk and granite and everything inside. Today, the cocoa that Martin Kpebu is holding is 8 cedis. Martin Kpebu is one of the people who advocated for Akufo-Addo to become president. He voted for him. He hasn't shied away from that. Today, if he's holding cocoa, he has become a subject of attack. So we always will leave the message and go for the messenger, because that is the easiest to do. He has asked the question, the cost of living question. Who will answer? Who will dare answer that question? I'm asking, who will dare answer that question? Today they pay people, and come to me, today they pay people and it doesn't get them anywhere. Take time to speak to the national service people. And the national service people have been doing a lot of calculation. They say, back in the day, we were receiving 350 Ghana cedis. If you do the calculation in dollars, this was how much? Today, we're receiving 700 something. If you do the calculation in dollars, it's actually less in value than what we were receiving then. But the alternative is scary. It's okay. And you ask yourself the question, what is our daily minimum wage? I was telling somebody the other time that a loaf of bread today, right, is more expensive than your daily minimum wage. What that means is that you can work the whole day, slave it out, sweat it out, and you can't even afford a loaf of bread to survive on. That is what it means. And so those who sit outside and then they have bought a camera, a microphone, and then ring light, and then they sit in the comfort of their, if it was good, they should have stayed here with us. They have run away into a system that works. And then they will be broadcasting from there and giving us an impression that we are complaining. You don't feel the heat we feel, my guy. If you work even for an hour and they pay you $2, do the conversion. $1 is 17 times 2 is what? $1 is 17.
Abusianfo native for any information between us or say native for permanent na motisa news so yembo brains and something so edifa a year question a year NPP manuko ne ebisa Afenyo Markins edifa a cultural ni ho ate so mo akase mo no omonte Afenyo Markins as because omo constitution no ema omo se osankofo no a rise speaker e declare mo vacant and on omo kacha Afenyo Markins say that be so called independent candidate. And as if you MPP man you could or better parliament in case of Mutoma or better parliament say we independent candidates as I was join MPP man you could answer them. And when I'm John Newz I want to pressure power news what they say na some kutwa we no dena some no edify $1 rate I just say some about me and ni kunu about me about bonti make say GM incompetent I didn't say incompetent I'll say for $1 to a 4 cities. Now right now the $1 to 70 cities like of my idea. I don't know what I say. $1 to a 4 in the scary, but $1 to 70 in the end the scary. Like one tell me say, oh we know na boss some a year audio be and as a video we me share just say lawyer Kwame Jantwa and so at the radio be at the mind be permanent you couldn't visit the question I just say. I go for about 30 pound a year baby out because once a video ya now come my session a pan just say immorium now edifa a year hash per person and I join Newz at the count was him edifa one boy of kinky near hash near cost because near me winding you heard petronia dear near me winding first now a year 1 gallon where I heard saying don't say 1 gallon go almost a year 100 cities a home formation now a year. John Newz at the 2 judges okay can't see me bridge so they blast the MPP manukono I strip your money and nikeda in semi binom kaya meant man boss a bit my chair or comment such a bit so I share more time for so any biashe higher for 1 GH.